Good morning. Today our lesson is about lines of symmetry. In this lesson, we are going to recognize shapes of reflective symmetry, to draw lines of symmetry on a shape, and to know the meaning of lines of symmetry. Now, how can we find line of symmetry for a figure? It's like an imaginary line. How can we get it? So if you fold a 2D shape along a line, so that one half of the shape fits exactly over the other half, which means coincide. This fold line is a line of symmetry. Some shapes have no lines of symmetry. So a line of symmetry is also called a mirror line because the shapes on each side reflect each other, coincide each other. This property is called reflective symmetry. So when you draw a line of symmetry, you have to make sure that when you fold it, it will coincide with the other part, like this shape. When we put the line of symmetry and fold it again, it's going to give you two shapes coinciding on each other. Like this heart, this is how to make sure that this one is the line of symmetry, cutting the two halves equally. When you fold it, they coincide exactly. Also, like these shapes, for example, when you look at it, line of symmetry, when folding it, it coincides exactly. Like a mirror. Like the mirror, how can you see the image of a specific figure? For example, I'm going to speak about the rectangle. Sometimes you think that the diagonal in the rectangle is a line of symmetry, but when you fold it, they don't coincide on each other as you see. So this diagonal, is not a line of symmetry. But when you fold it in this way, it will coincide on each other, the two halves. So this one is the line of symmetry. Now, these figures are shown in your book. For example, letter T, when you cut it, this one is considered to be a line of symmetry because it's cutting it into two equal halves. But this one, it has more than one line of symmetry. It has four, because if you take any line from this one and you fold it, it's going to coincide. For example, letter L has no line of symmetry because you can't fold it equally. We can find line of symmetry everywhere, even in nature. Here are some figures to show you how to see line of symmetry even with the animals, flowers, people. Knowing that the starfish has more than one line of symmetry. So a shape has a line of symmetry if you can draw a line through it so that one part is exactly the same as the other part. Now these shapes, all of these shapes have only one line of symmetry, as you can see. Also the kite has only one line of symmetry. This one is an isosceles trapezium, so this line of symmetry cuts the figures into two equal halves. These shapes have two lines of symmetry. How can I check? This is the first line, and this is the second one, vertically and horizontal line of symmetry. Vertical and horizontal line of symmetry. So these shapes have only two lines of symmetry. Now, regular polygons and line of symmetry. What do we mean by regular polygons? Regular polygons have equal sides and equal angles. So how can we know the lines of symmetry for each one? Giving examples like the equilateral triangle, square, regular pentagon, regular hexagon. For example, equilateral triangle has a three equal sides, three equal angles, so it gets 3 lines of symmetry. Square, 4 lines. Pentagon, regular pentagon, 5 lines of symmetry. Hexagon, 6 lines of symmetry, having 6 equal sides, 6 equal angles, 6 lines of symmetry, and so on for the other polygons. Only the regular polygons. Triangles and lines of symmetry. Equilateral triangle, as we said before, it has 3 lines of symmetry, while isosceles has 1, and scalene has no lines of symmetry because it has no equal sides, no equal angles. Now, this slide shows most of the quadrilaterals. A square having 4 lines of symmetry, rectangle 2 lines, and the rhombus also 2 lines of symmetry, even though it has 4 equal sides, but not all the angles are equal. So rhombus is not like the square, it has only 2 lines of symmetry. Kite has 1. Now, if you look at the trapezium and the parallelogram, they don't have any lines of symmetry. Only the isosceles trapezium has 1 line of symmetry. Now, what about the circles? How many lines of symmetry in a circle? Can I draw 1 line of symmetry, 2 lines, 3 lines? Well, a circle has infinite lines of symmetry. Now let's figure out together how many lines of symmetry are in other shapes. For example, as we said, some shapes have more than 2 lines of symmetry. For example, the square, it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 lines of symmetry. Now, let's figure out how many lines of symmetry does this shape have. To do it, I have to figure out how can I draw this line to cut this shape into 2 equal parts. I can do it only by one method, one line, which is this line. So it has only 1 line of symmetry. Now let's see how can I cut this shape into 2 equal parts. I can use this line and this one. I can't use any other lines to cut it into 2 equal parts, so it has only 2 lines of symmetry. Now let's check this figure. This one is an equilateral triangle, so it's very easy to know that it has 3 lines of symmetry going from each vertex. 1, 2, 3. So more than 2 lines of symmetry. Now this shape looks like a rhombus. So how many lines of symmetry does it have? It has 1 and 2 lines only. So this one has 2 lines of symmetry. Now this is a short summary about what we took. We said that a line of symmetry is like a mirror line. If we could fold it on a line of symmetry, the 2 parts would fit together exactly, which means coincide. Then this is a line of symmetry. We said that the parallelogram and the trapeziums has no lines of symmetry, and the special ones with equal sides, the quadrilaterals with equal sides like the square and the rhombus. Square has 4 lines of symmetry while the rhombus has 2 lines of symmetry. Now here are some figures we spoke about, like the polygons and how many lines of symmetry for regular polygons. We talked about the quadrilaterals. We said also parallelogram and trapezium has no lines of symmetry. Equilateral triangle 3, isosceles 1. And also we said that infinite lines of symmetry are found in a circle. That's your assignment for today. Thank you for listening.